Hello, Pollens. Welcome back to Kimba's World. In today's video, I have for you all today is all about my rebrand. So, without further ado, let's get on with in today's video. So, like I mentioned a few moments ago, this video is all about my rebrand. I'm going to share with you guys my tips, my tricks, and what I learned and what I wish I'd done differently for my rebrand. So if you guys do not know, um if you guys do not know, I rebranded from a Murderous Dolphin to Dolphin Daisy over on the Twitch side of things, and I will give you my reasonings as to why I rebranded here in a few moments. So the reason of why I rebranded is for a couple of reasons. When I went to go network when I went to go network on Twitch, everybody was either, some people were calling me the name which I prefer, which was Dolphin, but a lot of people was calling me Murderous. So like taking out Murderous was like, everybody was default to call me Dolphin because nobody has called me Daisy yet, because everybody just calls me Dolphin now. So that is a huge plus. And another thing, this is probably completely on me and not on them, but I applied for the Twitch Unity guilds. I applied for the Black Guild, the Women's Guild, and the Pride Guild. And I wasn't accepted in, and I figured it was because of my name, because it had Murderous in the handle. So I figure with the rebrand, if the Unity guilds do back open up, I have probably like a little bit of a higher chance of getting in this time around. And my last and biggest reason why I wanted to rebrand, ignore my Apple Watch. The biggest reason why I wanted to rebrand is outside of the stream elements, sponsorships that Stream Elements gives us. I actually want to work with brands that I really love, and I also want to work with authors too that I really love. So I figured that with murders in the murders in the top within the handle, I was going to be deemed as not so brand friendly. So that was my biggest reason of rebranding, is like I wanted to pair more brand friendly. I want to do more sponsorships, partnerships outside and whatnot. So I legitimately was like, okay, I'm a rebrand. So now that I told you the reason why I rebrand, how did I go about doing my rebrand? So first I decided on my current name, which is Dolphin Daisy. How did I come up with my current name? It's actually a little bit of a funny story. So I was in one of my communities over on Twitch, and like this, the streamer that I was talking to in particular had gone under a rebrand herself. So I figured she was like the perfect person to ask this question to, because she had gone under a rebrand. Because when I found her initially, she was under a different name, and now she's under her current name. So I asked her like, hey, do you got like any tips and whatnot for your rebrand? And like I was like, do you have like any name suggestions for me? Because the way that I went about my rebrand is, I wanted something cute and simple. I didn't want something over complicated. I didn't want something like very long. I just wanted something cute and simple. Just keep it cute, keep it concise, keep it simple. So that's when she came up with the idea of Dolphin Days. So I was like, ooh, that was perfect. That was cute. So and then she asked Chat GPT what are some top 10 cute names, and guess what? Dolphin Days actually came up as one of the top 10 cute names for that she suggested. So I was like, okay, I like it. So once I decided on a name, I like announced on like everywhere, that on my social medias, that I was rebranding soon. So I put the announcement out there, like saying like, hey, I'm going through like a rebrand soon. So yeah. So after that, then came me actually announcing the date of my rebrand, because as I am filming this, it is May 11th. So it's been a few days after my rebrand. So also happy Mother's Day to anybody and whatnot. I know this not is gonna go up on Mother's Day, but still. Um, but so I legitimately rebranded on my birthday, on my 26th birthday. So how I went about like announcing my rebrand, I gave two dates. I gave a date for my subathon and I gave a date for my rebrand. I gave like a month ago, and then like I once like we got down to like the 2 weeks, then I did another. Then I did another. Then I did another. Then I did another like a week away, 5 days away. Yada yada yada. So when it came to my rebrand, uh, I it was almost pretty smooth sailing for the most part. The only thing that wasn't smooth sailing about my rebrand was the name changes. Cause, like I said, my name is Dolphin. My name now on Twitch is Dolphin Daisy with two e's. It was originally supposed to be one e, but I ran into a dilemma, and this is what I wish I did. Like the when I said the learning why I wish I did differently part comes in. So the dilemma that I came in is that on Twitch, on across besides like a few platforms on besides I think um a few platforms, I couldn't get the name that I originally wanted, which was Dolphin Days with one e, but it's two e's. So the reason why it's two e's instead of one is on the Twitch side of things, there is a account from 12 that hasn't streamed in the last 12 years with the name Dolphin Days, and I didn't know it had that username was taken, because my friend texted me saying like there's like a button saying go to the Dolphin Days, and I was like, I didn't even get that button. So I was like, fuck, now I can't do a rebrand. So I probably had to think of a whole new name on the fucking goddamn spot and whatnot. And then like I had the same problem, on Instagram, and TikTok, all the social media platforms that and whatnot that I use for like, my Twitch. So I was like, I can still be Dolphin Days. It's just gonna have to be like an extra E and whatnot. So I asked my friend which one does she prefer. Dolphin Days with three E's, or just like flip the thing. She said just is there not one with two E's available, and I was like, there is. And she was like, yeah girl, just go with that because it's still cute and whatnot. And I was like, all right. So I changed my name to Dolphin Days. And whatnot. And then like with so I would say if you're going through a rebrand, make sure the name you want to rebrand to is available across not only on Twitch but across all your social media platforms. Because I didn't know that my name wasn't available until I went to go like name change, but I still was able to get the name. Like I said, it's just an extra e, depending on what platform you're looking at because I know my Twitch, my Instagram, my Blue Sky, and my Red Note are all under the one with two E's, and then my Twitter, aka X, because nobody calls that bitch X. Everybody calls it fucking Twitter. Um, with my Twitter and my TikTok, it is with three E's. So it's still like, the same, it's still the same name. It's just like, the extra E. So I wish I would have done more thorough research. Not thorough research, thorough looking to see if the name was taken, because I just did like, a broad search of the name and nothing came up and whatnot. And then like I was like legitimately jump scared. But like I said, it still worked out in the end. I got my name even with the extra E at the end of it. It's still cute. Everybody still loves the name. I love the name. My community loves the name. So I would say my biggest like, learning experience off of it is like, be if you're a part of like the and like nobody in my community nor in the communities that I'm a part of was surprised by, the name change. Like they like I didn't like go type in the chat and be like, oh, and they was like, oh my god, who are you? It's more like, oh my god, you changed your name type of reaction. So I would say, if you are a part of communities, just give like, the courtesy, especially if like you're a VI, if you hold like, m- like significant, not like significant, like power in like, power in like certain Twitch channels and whatnot, like mod, or like you're a VIP in like certain channels, like just give like the courtesy and like heads up of like saying like, hey guys, I'm going through like a rebrand soon, so this is my current name, this is my this is my new name and whatnot. So after like I did like, the whole initial like, rebrand, um of course, I got my socials updated, I got my Twitch name updated. So you would think that I'm done. No, I am not done. I still had yet to like, make like a big fucking like, announcement on like, all my tweeting platforms such as like, Threads, Blue Sky, Twitter, about like my rebrand and whatnot. Like I just did the rebrand and that's it, because how I did about like going about it on social media wise, I was waiting for my updated Twitch banner to be ready to make like the announcement on the to make the announcement on like, my tweeting platforms. So with the once I got my banner, I created like a small like little channel trailer video, and I like legitimately just announced like my rebrand and whatnot, because a lot of people suggest that when you rebrand, to put in like your handle, put in like your display name, that you was this name but now you're this name and whatnot. Like, but and I was like, that seems like a little bit excessive, especially with like some of my with my names being like, with my name being like, so with my name being like, so my actual real name, I was like, I ain't doing all that. So I think what I'm going to do personally, and this is my personal choice, you don't have to do this. I'm just doing this because I don't want to like, do like the whole change my name to formerly Mary Stuff and whatnot. So like I'm leaving my current Twitch banner, even though I just said like a few seconds ago that I have an updated Twitch banner. I'm going to leave my current Twitch banner up on all my social media platforms that has my Twitch banner. So that way, when people click over, they know that it's me and whatnot. So that way I don't have to go through like the whole, oh, this is so and so and so and so. So that's what I'm personally doing. Like I said, you could listen to like, other like, streamers and like content creators and whatnot. And then like the most important thing about, this whole entire rebrand is make sure you not only update your social medias, your social media handles to your current name, so that way so and whatnot. But make sure you also update any commands that have your social media, and make sure you update your link tree, your beacons, your card, whatever you're using, whatever like platform site you're using to collectively like hold all your links into one big space. Like, make sure everything is updated, because the last thing you want is to go through a rebrand and forget to update all your commands. So when I went through my rebrand, um, I changed over all my social medias. I updated all of my social links and whatnot. Like, I literally took time to update my link tree, my Instagram, and like all the titles, that all the like the handles and whatnot in my link tree. So that way, uh, and then like once I was done with all that, then I legitimately went into my Nightbot, updated everything across the board, from my commands, from my Linktree command my to my individual commands, because I do have individual social commands to that links like directly to my Twitter, unless in case like you just specifically want my Twitter. So like I made sure to update that. I make sure to update my timer command that displays all of my socials. So because if I did not do that, then everything would have linked back to my old username. And I'm still gonna use, and like I literally told my community that you guys can like still call me Maris Dolphin. I will still answer to Maris Dolphin when the name is like available in like 6 months. That's gonna be my bot name. So the name is not like literally not going nowhere. So I would say like my biggest learning experience from this whole entire rebrand is, one, update all your socials and whatnot. Update all your socials, like legitimately, like right after you update all your socials, like make sure you update all like your links and whatnot, so that way they don't break, because the last thing you want is like things breaking. You don't want to go live underneath like your new name, and like people try to do like your exclamation point, like TikTok, and like the link is broken because it doesn't lead to your new handle. It leads to your old handle, so you don't want things to break. So keep that in mind. And I will say like make and like the and I would say, if you were to ask me like what was the most fun process about me rebranding, was actually creating my own scenes, because not only did I rebrand, change my socials and all that good stuff, I actually okay. I actually created my own like offline screen, my own offline screen, my own starting soon BRB and ending screen. I had my current Twitch banner updated to my new name and with the new handles, and that is it. That is all. So so that is basically it about everything with going on with like my rebrand. I will say, like, I wish, like, again, I said earlier, like, I wish I did like a more thorough check on like my username across all platforms to make sure that nobody had it. And because if I made sure to do that, then I wouldn't have been like in a panic or like in a rush to like see if I had to come up with like a new name on the fucking goddamn spot. But everything is worked out. I'm loving the new name. If you guys ask me like what did I accomplish underneath the Murderous Dolphin handle, I actually accomplished a lot underneath the Murderous Dolphin handle. I debuted on Twitch underneath the handle. I reached a Twitch affiliate underneath the handle. I reached Twitch affiliate underneath the handle. I reach 100 followers underneath the handle. I reach 200 followers underneath the handle. I joined my current stream team, that community with that handle. So I did my first my first stream element sponsorship underneath that handle. So I accomplished a very much a lot underneath the handle. So I'm very proud of what I was able to accomplish with the handle. Like the memories that I made underneath the Murderous Dolphin handle will always be near and dear to my heart. And the memories that I'm going to be making underneath the Dolphin Days title will also be near and dear to my heart. It's not like a rebrand of my identity, you can say. Like it's just a rebrand to make sure that I don't miss on opportunities because of what my name is. So what I hope to, accomplish underneath the new name is to get like, 1K followers underneath the new name. I want more big girl sponsorships from companies. Like I want to be sponsored by Notion because I use Notion a lot in my day-to-day life. I want to be like, sponsored by, by Simon. Is it Simon Teen or Simon Reeves? You know that one company, that one book company. Um, I'm so bad with like, publishing companies names. So I'm sorry if I fucked that up. But I want to be sponsored by like, authors. I want to be sponsored by like, a whole variety of things. And of course, like I want to be Twitch partner, but more importantly, I want to be a Twitch ambassador because that could and whatnot. Like I hope to get like, Twitch partner and underneath the new name. And like, I just wish more like success to my channel as a all, because now my channel is like, picking up, especially picking up more with like, the new name. And I will say, if you have any one thing that I did on a little bit differently is that if you have any like, short form content to and whatnot, if you have any like, short form content to make it, if you have like any like, short form content, I personally link put my old username, even though it doesn't and whatnot, to still under that name. Because if you like check my shorts, my YouTube shorts and whatnot, like you will see like there's like a couple shorts with underneath the new name, but like majority of it is underneath my old name. So like I uploaded like I believe I uploaded two more like, short form content underneath the new name because I didn't change my name until like Tuesday night, and my birthday was Wednesday, like I said. So like I didn't change I didn't change anything really. But yeah, like I hope to accomplish so much more underneath my new name. My community loves my name because I would say under with me rebranding and whatnot, with me rebranding, I would say um I would say I was like completely like, scared to like, notify my community about like, a rebrand, because I thought my community would be like, I will just like, lose my community after the rebrand. But no, my whole entire community that I built, they still come around, they still check up on me, they still support the fuck out of me, and like they are some real ones. Like they was like legitimately, they was like, oh my god, when are you rebranding? Like I love the new name type shit. I was completely expecting like a backlash slash negative reaction, which is probably a bad thing to say, but overall, it was still a good experience. So if you guys have like, any questions or concerns about like, a rebrand, please like drop them down in the comments, and I will be happily I'll happily answer them the best way that I can from my personal experience. And if I can't give you like my personal experience and my feedback, like I will ask around about people who did rebrand, and I will give you a more like concise answer, because in my community, we don't gatekeep information. We don't like, we celebrate accomplishments big and small. So yeah, if you guys want to catch me live on Twitch, I am live Thursday through Sunday at 6 p.m. EST. So please make sure to stop by. I'll make sure to drop my link down below. With that being said, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day slash night. Remember, be day slash night wherever you may be in the world. Remember to drink your water, take your meds, and practice self care. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.